All right, we are live attempting to do a broadcast of the second split. Do the best that I can with this. If there's any issues, try to let me know. See what we can do about it. But we got 41 cars. Quite a few guys are people that were in the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze series last year and trying to make their way into it again, but having to do it from second split is going to be tough. Not as many points, and they're only taking 10. So we will see how it goes for these guys. It's going to be about keeping yourself out of trouble and getting the most points you can every week, obviously. But 2 bad weeks, and that's going to end your chances, I think, at least in your second split guy. So they are lining up, gridding up right now. I will run you through the starting order. Just 1 second while I pull this all up. So, real quick, Will Cooley on the pole, Michael Hunt starting outside of him. Next row is going to be Brad Davies in the 6 car, and Melick Ray in the 8. Brandon Pipgrass and Tyler Armstrong starting row 3. And Ari 80 and Randall Fox in row 4. Brian Blackford and Liam Brotherton in row 5. And Blake Bryant and Glenn Rockefeller Jr. in row 6. And we will worry about the rest of the grid once they work their way up. So Cooley bringing them around. Pace car is going to duck in this time by. We will get going. 167 laps. Cooley brings them down to the green, and we are away. It's an early jump on the field. Davey slots his way into second place with Michael Hunt in third. Right now, drivers are just trying to get in position, stay out of trouble. Some of these guys may have not raced with each other all that much. Some of them might be familiar with each other. So you're kind of learning who you're racing around and what they do. So far clean though, 2 laps out here. Fastest lap is Cooley out front. See if Davies obviously is going to have a quicker lap that time as he pulls up onto the back of the 31. Cooley, Davies, Hunt. Davies working on Cooley now for that top spot. There is also a lap car up ahead. Looks like someone started from pit road. Davies will take the top spot, and Cooley's going to fall back to that 3rd position. So right now your top 5 is Davies, Hunt, Cooley, Ray, and Pipgrass. Looking at 33 lap stints, most likely. You can try to stretch it out to 45 and play the 2 different strategy games, but it's all going to be dependent on cautions. Right now it looks like we're getting a fairly clean race. We're going to go back through the field now. Take a look at everyone in this race. So Davies up in the lead. Started third. Michael Hunt is second. He's held his position now. Behind them is Will Cooley in the 31. He was your pole sitter and led the first couple of laps. Behind them is Malik Ray, holding his position in fourth. The 10 of Randall Fox, running fifth currently. Behind him, you've got Brian Blackford in the 5, one of your NASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series drivers who is trying to work his way back into the series. Brandon Pipgrass in 7th. John Gorlinski in that yellow 24, he's running 8th. He's up 5 spots. And right behind him, the number 1 car, that's David Rattler. He is up 11 spots. He is one of the biggest movers up in your top 20 right now. Taking a look at lap times at the moment. Everyone is running in 27.2s in the front. Rattler is running slightly quicker. Him and Gorlinski are in the 1s, and also Randall Fox right now, he's got the fastest lap, 27.162. Go back up there to the 10 car. See if he can make his way up to the 4th position. On lap 10 right now, clean all the way. It's quite surprising. I know these were caution filled last year. Looks like Gorlinski, first one to start to move up the track. I don't know if that's just get out of Rattler's way. Keep an eye on that though. They looks like he's got a little left side damage that we didn't see before. But he's starting to move up out of that black, and we're 11 laps into the run. Usually 13 to 15 is when everyone starts to move up out of the groove, and it looks like that is happening. So, missed a change for the lead. Sorry about that. Michael Hunt and Brad Davies side by side for that top spot. Davies gets that lead back on the high side. Probably going to lose it off of turn 2 though. He pulls away easily on the high side. So, high side is working well though. That lap car just ahead of them, that is going to be the number 2 of Caleb Eisenhower. Must have started from pit road. He's trying to stay on that lead lap, and he's actually fairly quick. The leaders haven't caught him, and he is doing the quickest laps of the race right now out front. So, be interesting to see where he ends up. The best lap of the race is by Tyler Armstrong back in 39th, but you're not going to be able to do much with that when you're that far back. So, right now we are on lap 15, almost halfway through stint number 1, depending on if you are going 33 laps or if you're going to push it up to the 45 range. Looks like David Rattler dropping back a couple of spots from what I've seen on the ticker. Take an eye at the field here Everyone is quite spread out. Leaders down the middle of the backstretch. And the rest of the field out of backstretch length with quite a few stragglers back there. But everyone's given room, and I think the second groove, being able to use that now, has helped make these races cleaner. Back here, the number 1 Rattler. He is now in 10th spot and looks to be going backwards now. The yellow flag is out. We'll take a look and see what happened. Give me 1 second here. It's like the 15 car. Let me pull up who that is. Michael Cadeau. Let's see what happened with him, or at least attempt to see. And that is not who we wanted. So it looks like car went down through the grass and ended up eating the wall and a couple others there involved in the crash. I believe that car is going to be pretty much done for the day. 30 minutes of repair. So we get caught back up with the leaders, seeing pit stops happening right now. Michael Hunt came in as the leader. He is going to also get out as the leader. Behind him is going to be the 4 car of Pipgrass. Then the 10, that's Fox. 5 car of Blackford, 31 of Cooley. And the 6 of Brad Davies. So at the moment, biggest winners right now on that first stint that we had there, it's going to be Blackford and Fox. They are up 5 spots at the 3rd and 4th. Then behind them, Gorlinski is up 6 spots in the 24 car. He's up to 7th. Back further through the field, David Rattler's up 7 spots now. He was up about 10 spots, but after the pit stops and after the longer run got going, he started to fall back. Cody Knappmiller, he is running 14th. He is up 18 spots. And Ethan Lane right now is the biggest gainer. He's up 20 spots on the field. So they're working their way around under caution on lap 21. Race summary so far, Hunt's leading. We got 20 laps completed, 147 to go, and 4 lead changes at the moment. And we're on our first caution. So I think it's a lot cleaner than everyone expected. Hopefully it will stay that way. The track weather, air temp 66 degrees. It's mostly cloudy. Guessing the track temp is not that great. Looks like we don't have that information. Track temp is 76, so it's a pretty cool track. Lots of grip out there. It looks like we have lined her back up. Side by side, they're going to get ready to go green this time around. So Hunt will bring them around out of 3 and 4. Once again, 41 cars starting this race. NASCAR bringing them down slowly. Green flags back out. Hunt gets another good jump on the field. See how he does on these. Now that he's out front. Battle for the second spot. That is the 4 pit grass and Randall Fox in the 10 car. Working the outside behind them is the 5 of Brian Blackford. And the 6 car, no, that's the 8 car of Malik Ray. Making the high side work early on Cooley. See if he can pull that move off up there. Does. He gets by on the high side early in a run. That's impressive. See how that high side works out. Yellow flag out again, though. And this is what we're afraid of. Lots of cautions, caution after caution. Take a look at this and see where the 35, Ethan Lane, he was on one of the biggest movers that I've seen. He is no longer moving. Quick replay of this. Once again, front stretch. Looks like a yellow car. I'm not for sure who that is. We will take another look at it. Got one upside down, though, and a lot of cars in this one. Actually, we're not going to get another look at it. So, I'm going to take a quick look at the cars out of the race right now. Cars on pit road are the 11, Glenn Rockefeller, 39, Corey Brown, 33 of Pierre Verne, 13 of Bruno Barbugli, I don't know, I can't say it. Ethan Lane, 35, he is out. Michael Van Venosdal, he is also out of the race. Zach Campbell in the 12 is out. Jordy Lopez in the 3, he is out. That's a massive wreck. Took out quite a few people. We are getting pit stops. Mid-pack. Might have had, yep. Didn't have anyone take the pits out of the lead, so looks like from 17th on back, Brad Davies did come into the pits. Brian Blackford also into the pits. Nope, Brian Blackford didn't come into the pits. Sorry about that. Up front, up front that pitted there. Brad Davies is the big one that pitted. Looks like he might have been repairing damage. He was on pit lane for 50 seconds. So Pipgrass, Hunt, and Fox, along with Brian Blackford, are your top 4. Hopefully one more time around and then we'll get going. Fastest lap of the race right now is held by David Rattler. He is sitting in 12th spot now, so he started to move up in that first run, and it did not continue for him through that run. Started losing spots. Lining them back up side by side. Now, Brad Davies has got himself in a situation back there. He's running 24th now. And that's going to get yourself in some situations. So, we are going to just take a little ride on board with him on this restart. And see how it goes. Currently in 25th spot. We'll see how much he makes up, and then we'll head back up to the front. So Davies working his way up to 22nd after a couple of laps after the restart. I don't see any major damage on the car, and it looks like maybe a little bit of right side. The only other reason I think he stopped is because we were at that lap 30 mark, and maybe he's trying to set himself up for doing the 33 lap stint strategy. Everyone else is 13 laps into the stint. That means they're going to be really slow at the end of this one if they're going to stretch it out. So back up in the lead, I'm going to go up to Brandon Pipgrass. He is holding off Randall Fox right now and Malik Ray in the 3 car. Mitchell Hunt has fallen back to 4th place. Currently, the leaders are on 15-lap-old tires. The fastest car on track right now is Brad Davies. He is running in 26.9s compared to everyone else in the 27s. We'll keep an eye on that. Davies is now up to 20th spot. Pendergrass answers with 26.9 himself up in clean air. So maybe those fresh tires aren't worth as much as we thought. Looking like Malik Ray going for that second spot. As we can get it to focus on him. He gets it easily into one as Randall Fox just pulls up and lets him go. Kind of takes the defensive line down the backstretch, making sure that Mitchell Hunt doesn't get past him, but then goes to the high side through 3 and 4. We'll see if he gets the run off of there to hold off the 9. Might have the high side working, but does not. So bottom line is the place to be. Ryan Blackbird now in the 5 car in 5th place. He's going to take a middle lane through there, straddling the seam. Gets a nose on Fox out of the corner up on that high side. Looks like Randall Fox is having an issue with the seat cycle with the tires or something. But holds off Ryan Blackford and will continue on in that 4th spot. Will Cooley, your pole sitter, he is now in 12th spot and losing positions. Keep an eye on this battle just for a second. We'll head back and take a look at what's going on in the middle of the pack. So, Ryan Blackford working this high side. I don't know how hard he is working his tires. You don't want to mess him up too soon. Finally gets past Randall Fox, and that's going to have Gorlinski now in the 6th spot, looking at the back of the 10 car. So it looks like the 10's just going to continue to slowly drop back. Lead, nothing has changed up there. Fastest car on track right now, that last lap was the 26 of Liam Brotherton. He's in 10th place right now. We're going to go back, look at Will Cooley in the 13th spot now. Here's the pole sitter. I just seen a car drop into the pits. I'm going to just try to figure out who that was. It might have been a lap car. Everyone's single file though around the track. Yeah, it looks like that was a lap car that dropped into the pits there. Working on lap 43 now. This is the battle for 9th spot. That's Blake Bryant in the 7. And Dylan C. Jones in the plain white 14. Right ahead of them is the 26 of Liam Brothers. He is up 2 spots from where he started. Brotherton. And David Rattler is moving up into the 10th spot now, working on the 14 of Dylan C. Jones. Right behind them is the 20 car. This is Sahil Mustak. And He's got nowhere to go, stuck behind these two, going side by side. Topside's probably going to start working his way in. Now the 20 car looking almost 3 wide, but that will never work. The car drops to the bottom now and gets around the 14 easily. Maybe. 14 fighting back on that high side. And 20 car pushes up out of turn 4, almost takes out the 14. That allows Cooley and the 25 of Graham Bolin to drop below him. And we've got a couple of people in the pits now. We are on lap 47. It looks like they're going to try to do the mid-40s strategy. I'm expecting Davies to stretch this one out to lap 66 before he pits. And the 14 car hard in the wall. And we are collecting other cars. Looks like this one's over for him. Let's take a quick look at what happened there. This Dylan C. Jones not starting off his Pro Series right. So he's all alone right now. Coming off of turn 4, pushes up and just eats the wall off the corner all by himself. Eats the wall again. 38 car, nowhere to go. And a couple more cars get involved. So an unfortunate one for Dylan C. Jones, but he can only blame himself for that one. It looks like he has exited the server. So, John Gorlinski, let's see where he is now. Gorlinski's still on the lead lap, I believe. Almost pit at the perfect time. It's like Malik Ray got the lead while we were watching the mid-pack battles. Pull on to pit road. I think this is also going to force Brad Davies to come into the pits, and he does. Gorlinski also pitting, so everyone on the lead lap, it appears to be pitting. And Ray will get out in the lead. Well, he will get out first out of the pits, but looks like we got one car staying out. That is Dalton Collins. And he actually pit before the yellow came out. It looks like he is on 1.5 lap old tires. See if he stays out there. And nope. He is pitting now. Or going to the rear of the field. Not for sure. He might have got a penalty for pitting early. It's the only thing I can think of right now. Because he is getting passed by everyone and is not on pit road. So, Malik Ray will have the lead. Mitchell Hunt in second. Brandon Pipgrass in third. Brian Blackford in fourth. And Randall Fox in fifth. All the same players that have been there from the beginning. Will Cooley was up there. He is now in 12th, it looks like. He's one of the guys that has fallen out of this top pack. Blake Bryant is going to be in 8th. Liam Brotherton is in 7th. And Ian Naquin. He is in 6th place in the 32 car. Just as a reminder, the strength of field for this race is a 5,617 iRating. The 40th place car has an iRating of 5,238. A ridiculously close gap on iRating from first to last in this field. Let's take a look at the summary for the race so far. 51 laps complete. There's 116 left in the race. We've had 6 lead changes, and we are finishing up caution number 3. Right on board the rear bumper of Malik Ray as he brings the field down to restart this race. Start at lap 53. Everyone on the same set of tires. No different strategies right now with the yellow coming out at the point it did. Drop at the green. So Ray pulls away from the field. Leads them into 3-4 with Mitchell Hunt right on his bumper. And following behind them, Brandon Pipgrass. Got a battle for second now between the 9 and the 4, and the 4 almost got his nose up under the 8. He'll clear the 9 easily. It looks like Hunt's just content to stand in this front pack. Doesn't want to battle for the positions too hard. See the 32, Ian Naquin. He is working the high side in that red and white iRacing car. Now he's dropped to the bottom of the 5. It's Ryan Blackford. He's going for that 4th position now in the 32 car. Looks like he's going to get it. We'll see. Blackford has been attempting to hold the high side on anyone that gets past him. 2 different strategies. You see Mitchell Hunt just let him go. And now he's back up to 2nd with Alex Gray back to the lead to Pipgrass. Blackford, though, he will race you and race you and race you on the high side. We'll see once we get a long run if that's going to affect him or not. So, Ian Naquin is now in 3rd place in that 32 car. And he's going for 2nd place as well. It's a heck of a performance by that 32 car. Up 12 spots from where he started. Getting a lot of swapping of positions now, kind of halfway through the race. Everyone's seeing what they got. I can tell you one thing, from a driver's perspective, when the 32 car passes you, or the 8 car or the 5 car, it kind of triggers you, you know. That guy is supposed to be worse than you, according to iRating. But with as close as this field is, the numbers are practically meaningless. And this last time by, fastest car on track is that 32. He's running 47.138. He's looking just slightly above the groove and looking outside of the 9-car Mitchell Hunt, trying to take this lead. And Quinn takes the lead, leads that lap in the 32 car, and this is a heck of a run by the 32. Very impressed with this driver. Working his way up through midfield, working his way to the lead in the second groove just above the black. Now he's going to get himself back to the bottom, and we will see what he can do right here. That time by a 10th quicker than Hunt as he was passing it. You can see he's visibly pulling away from that second place car. Lap 12 now, 12 complete of this stint since our last restart, or last pit stop. Again, fastest car on track is that 32. Hunt does kind of pull up behind him though. Closing that gap just a bit. We got a lapper pulling to the inside, getting out of everyone's way. 32 working his way slightly higher than everyone else. Seems to be paying off. So we will take a quick run through the field. Hopefully we'll stay green as we do it. In front is Ian Quinn. Fastest lap, 26.874. Last time by, running 27.5. So lap times are falling off fairly quickly for everyone in the field. In second place, Mitchell Hunt. He started there. He's still there. He's had the lead a couple of times. And currently just playing it safe, keeping himself in the top 5, not making any crazy moves. Malik Ray has had the lead a couple of times, and it's fairly quick. Haven't seen a long run, so we're not sure what he can do on those. But started 4th and is in 3rd. Brandon Pipgrass started 5th and is in 4th. He has also held the lead a few times. And behind them is Brian Blackbird, started 9th and is running 5th. He's kind of been in that 5th spot the whole race. And moving up to 4th now under Pipgrass. Teammates working with each other. And Liam Brotherton is in the 26 car. He is up 4 spots now. Working way higher than everyone else. Behind them is Blake Bryant, kind of running the same position he started. In the 8th position is David Rattler. He's kind of got himself into this spot and hasn't been able to really move forward. Once we get longer into a run, he starts to drop back, but looks like the people he's racing with now, he's quicker than, so might be able to get a top 10 for himself. 10-car Randall Fox, he was up there up front and just really started to drop back quick. Not for sure what happened with that car. We're going to go back up to the front though as we got a battle for the lead, and it looks like Mitchell Hunt does get by the 32. Now the question is the 32 going to hang out behind him, or is he going to race him and slow them both down? Currently laps for the leaders this time around. Hunt got a 27.8 up in the lead. Everyone's starting to really drop off now into the 28s. I see a lot of 28s throughout the field on the timing and scoring screen. Mitchell Hunt fastest by far there. We'll see how it compares to this lap. Still in the 27s, while the rest of the field is in the 28s. There's not another person in the 27s at the moment. Now, one other car that we saw pit under caution a couple of cautions ago was Brad Davies, and Gorlinski had also pit just before that. Both of them are running in the 13th and 14th spot. We're going to go take a look at them, see how the race is going back there. Cooley is also back here. He was your pole sitter. He is not going forward and probably not having the race he'd like, but he may just be hanging out. Although right now, the position he's in, I don't think I'd want to hang out in. A couple of cars looking around him, one to go high and low. Orlinski trying to make his way back up front. I think he's about in the spot that he started in 13th and is still in 13th. Brad Davies, once he got back in traffic, has not been able to move. I'm wondering if he does have right side damage, and that's why he pit when everyone else didn't pit. Go back up front. It looks like the 32 car is falling back once again. Malik Ray is working underneath him. So 32 must have burnt his tires up going to the front like he did. Now it's a question about how far he falls before everyone pits. Last time we were on pit road was 25 laps ago. We've got 94 laps remaining. So, do a couple, 10 more laps, 20 more laps. Then I think you can split this up into 2 more stints. We'll see, though. We might get some people pitting right now, trying to go 30-30-30s. So Malik Ray and Brian Blackford, second and third. They are 2 seconds off the pace right now, almost 2 seconds, as every lap Mitchell Hunt continues to set the quickest lap of the field. He is currently running 28.39s, while everyone else is in the 0.4s and 0.5s. Looks like Blackford is in a 3.95, so just as quick, but currently stuck behind Malik Ray until I started talking, and then he just got past him. So Blackford making moves and must have not burnt those tires up running the outside. Keep an eye now that Blackford's got some fresh air on the nose, we'll see what he can set for laps compared to Hunt. Little quicker than Hunt that time. Hunt ran a 5.26, Blackford with a 4.72. It's a 2-second gap to a 1.95 right now. Lap traffic wise, not a whole lot in front of Hunt. And we're just going to go on board with Brian Blackford and see if he can pull this gap in. Like Hunt pulled away just a little bit. They'll be going back and forth on here. I'm going to step away for a second and let you watch the onboard of Blackbird to see if the white number 9 ahead gets any smaller or bigger in his windshield. So it looks like the lead has held exactly the same. Take a look out the rear end at the field behind Blackbird. You see the groove starting to really darken up there. But everyone's still running the bottom. Obviously the quickest place to be if you can run it, but the outside does offer a place for you to pass if you are quicker than the car running. Taking a look back at the 32, previously was our leader. He is now 6th, probably going to drop back to 7th place. Just running up that high side. Compared to the leader, he is about 2/10 off the pace right now. So, either didn't have a long run setup, or just got a little eager when he saw the lead up there and burnt the tires up a little bit too quick. So he does end up falling back to the 7th spot. He's got some room before he has to deal with anyone else. Looking back at this battle now, this is for the 8th spot. And there's Gorlinski on the high side. Now dropping below Rattler, and Gorlinski's going to take over the 8th spot. So he has continued to move up, while Brad Davies is now back in 17th. Not a good start to the season for Davies. Must have had damage. That's the only thing I can think of. It does look like we got a couple of people that have pitted. Maybe not. Thought I seen someone drop into the pits, but we're getting close now. And just as I say that, Malik Ray drops into the pits, and we will start the pit stop cycle. They had 38 laps on that run. First green flag pit stops. Hopefully we will cycle all the way through them. Take a look at the leader. He is also coming into the pits, and we got a lap car right behind him. So Blackford takes over the lead. And the question is, how long is he going to stay out? Currently, we've got 79 laps left. So stretching it out any longer is really not going to do Blackford any good. And he brings it in the pits, and it looks like we got one spinning getting onto pit road. That is Pipgrass, and Pipgrass brings out the yellow. Spinning there, and now he's not going to pit. A couple other people on pit road, hopefully they didn't get penalized for pitting under yellow. They might be driving through, and we will not get green flag pit stops. Now we got to see who got trapped a lap down. Find the pace car now. Pace car is right there, and it looks like the 9 car Mitchell Hunt is behind the leader. Will he get the free pass? Will Cooley is a lap down. Malik Ray is a lap down. David Rattler a lap down. So very unfortunate timing for everyone there. And Pipgrass, he won't go a lap down. He's going to lose a lot of spots though. Looks like free pass car is going to Malik Ray. Mitchell Hunt will have to take the wave around. looks like this is going to give Blackford the lead on the restart. We'll let everything get settled out and figure out where we're at. This does somewhat save Brad Davies. He is now up to 9th place as they run. Gorlinski, really fortunate by this. Sitting there in the 3rd spot in the 24 car. And Falk's back up in the front now after he had lost all those positions and found himself mid-pack. So the field's going to pace around a couple of times. Wave around guys will get their call to catch the rear of the field. And it looks like we should have 22 cars on the lead lap. So, recap of your top 5 right now. Blackford, Fox, Gorlinski, 34 of Ariadne, and the number 20 of Sahil Mustak. Fourth caution, 13 caution laps, and we've had 13 lead changes. Let's see if we get the one to go and get those wave arounds sent around. And here they go. So the wave around cars will catch the rear of the field. We're gonna watch Blackford on this restart. And I would say of the top 9, Blackford is the quickest. He is currently set up to be able to pull out to a decent lead and get a gap over everyone that's got to work their way back through the field to get to where they were. So Blackford's got a really good chance of getting away from the field, keeping himself clean, and maybe coming away with a win. We will see, though. It's going to be interesting to see if we can keep green or if there's going to be some mid-pack issues by someone who got trapped a lap down there trying to force their way through. Blackford brings the field down through the front stretch, and green flag is back out. Blackford and then Gorlinski following him through on the bottom. In that bright yellow car on the bottom of the track, working for that 2nd spot. He will get that. Looks like Fox is gonna come down low now and hold on to that 3rd spot. We'll go back further in the field and take a look at the 4 car. That's Pipgrass. He brought out the caution. Is currently working on the high side of Brad Davies. Davies not having the race that you would expect out of him. He has just been mid-pack since he had that unscheduled pit stop. This yellow might have saved him because he wasn't making his way forward. There's the 8 car. That is Malik Ray. He's now working his way into the 9th spot. And he's going to be one to watch, him and Mitchell Hunt. Ray, I think, is going to be a little more aggressive than Hunt. Hunt knows he's got a quick car on the long runs, and Ray just needs to get himself up to the front. I think if we get a long green flag run, Mitchell Hunt will easily get himself back up into the top 5. And then if we do green flag stops and he gets another long run, he's going to easily be able to chase down the leaders. But right now, the 8 having a little issue pulling away from the 26. Actually, the 36, sorry. Is that a lap car? That is a lap car of Dalton England. So he's probably not going to give the 8 too many issues. Let's see where England is 22nd. 1 lap down. First car a lap down. So he's just kind of looking to stay there. And if the yellow comes out, get the wave around. Now up front, while I was discussing those guys who were trapped a lap down, Gorlinski passed Blackford, and he's the one pulling away. I assumed Blackford would be the guy pulling away from the field, but Gorlinski ends up being it. He's almost a second out in front of Blackford. Falks is right there with Blackford, but Blackford kind of slow on the start. I think he will have the longer run speed, but Gorlinski being out front too, he's in a different position than he's been this whole race. So his car might come to life out front. Not much has changed. We got Brad Davies up into the 6th spot. It looks like he is now dropping to the 7th spot as I talk about him. Running up on the high side. Got to be careful out of 2. He almost eats the wall there. Talking to a peak driver earlier, stated you wanted to be on that white line coming out of the corner. The lower out of the corner, out of 2, the better off you were going to be. Now Damon Burnett, he is up 23 spots, and I'd say he is a huge gainer out of that caution. I don't believe I even seen that 30 car in the first half of the race. Now he's challenging Brad Davies for his 7th place finish. So, with the series, you've got one throwaway race. And with these drivers in the second split, you have to finish good every other race if you throw one away. There's no getting around it. There's only 10 spots available moving up into the Peak Category Series. And you've got to come away with the most points that you possibly can in this second split. Or work your way up into that top split and then beat 30 other drivers. So, Gorlinski's setting himself up good. He's not going to be a guy that moves out of this second split unless a lot of the top split people start dropping out of the series. He's got quite a ways to go being the 24th car in the second split. He also has to watch out to not get jumped by anyone in the third split, gaining iRacing. He's closer to the rear of the field than he is the front of the field. But right now, all that's on his mind is this clean air and the laps ticking down. Slowly gaining a little more ground on Blackford every lap going away. Fastest car on track, once again, is that 32 car, but unfortunately he is now a lap down in 24th place. He's also got fresher tires than everyone else, so not for sure why he ended up hitting again. Leaders now working on lap 17 of this run. We've got 61 laps remaining. So I would say in about 20 laps, we're going to see everyone pit again. I don't think you're going to see anyone splitting this up into 2 stints. We got one more pit stop. And going to the end. Now, the 32 could be trying something, and that's why he pit, but I don't believe that's going to work. Not with this few laps, and as we get closer to the end, I think we're going to see more aggressive driving. Now, Blackford's really pulled up on the back of Gorlinski and was the quickest driver that last time by. Blackford running 28 O's. Randall Fox is in the 27 9s. Everyone's starting to pull off into the 28s. Gorlinski had a really slow lap there. I don't know if he was just being cautious with the lappers, being easy on his tires just because he's got 20 more laps to go if he does that strategy. We'll see though. Blackford now half a second gained on Gorlinski the last few laps. Gorlinski running way up high compared to Blackford. Look at the different lines that they are running from the back of Gorlinski. Gorlinski working his way under the 21 car. Blackford closing in some more, a 10th quicker, half a 10th quicker that last time by. So do a quick rundown of your top 5. We got Gorlinski in the 24, who has now moved clear up to the wall, looking for anything that he can find, but looks like Blackford's got it stuck to the bottom and is going to be much quicker than the 24. Although he decides to run the exact same line as Gorlinski that time around. Now back to the bottom. Through 3 and 4, we'll see what he can gain out of 4. Just 2/10 lead now. Blackford should be taking over this lead fairly soon. Brandon Pipgras is in the 4th spot. He is catching Randall Fox now in the 10 car for that 3rd place. Blake Bryant is 5th, and Sahil Mustek is 6th. Blackford working the back of the 24. He's going to look low into 1, I would assume. Follows him almost directly through there. 3 different lines by your top 3. I'm going to go on board with Blackford as he works the 24. Struggling now that he's got the 24, they're running even, and this is letting Fox catch up in that 10 car. Now he drops all the way to that white line, and it looks like we're going to get a pass here. Side by side, coming out of 4. Doesn't have the room to work up that bottom up to the wall, as Gorlinski's there. And that 10 car is closing the gap now to these front 2. So 27 laps into this stint. Looking through the field, no one has pit. We got 1 car on pit road, but he's a lap down, so we're not even going to worry about him. Going to hang on and watch this battle at the front. See if Blackford can do anything with Gorlinski. It looks like Gorlinski went to the high side at the right time and That's preventing Blackford from getting the run off the corner. Blackford just catches up there, and then gonna get beside him going into 3 this time. Side by side through 3 and 4, coming off of 4. Gorlinski's got that high side, gonna have a little more momentum. Holds on to the lead, but Blackford is much farther ahead into 1 and 2 than he has been, and they touch! Blackford slips up the track and hits Gorlinski just a bit. It was a fairly brush. It might have been net code, but Blackford definitely didn't go to the bottom like you would have expected there. And Gorlinski now, quite a bit of damage, and probably not too happy with that 5 car. Thought there could have been a little bit more room given there, especially since Gorlinski was given the entire bottom to that 5 car. So, Blackford takes the lead with the bump. Fox is in second. And I'm expecting some pit stops in about 10 laps. Maybe 9 laps. We'll take a look. What do we got 4 laps left here? 121 complete. We got 46 left, so probably in 6 laps we're going to see some pit stops. 15 lead changes, and amazingly only 4 cautions for 14 laps. So last time we didn't make it all the way through the pit stops as Brandon pipped grass, tried to pit and hit the grass. Looks like we got Gorlinski on pit road now. So he is going to short pit this field, try to gain up some of that time. I don't know if he's going to fix the car or not. We'll see if that's going to force everyone else into the pits. Blackford staying out. Go back through the field real quick and see. Hipgrass, it looks like, is having some connection issues as well. Hopefully he doesn't end up being the caution once again when we have a good long run going on. So, 26, Liam Brotherton, he is in 4th place now that Gorlinski is pit. He's having a great run. Mitchell Hunt in the 9 car, he was leading before getting trapped a lap down. Last time under green flag pits. He's worked his way back up to the 5th spot. One of the quickest cars out there. He's we'll let him get a clean lap and then compare his lap times, but he's definitely moved quite a ways up. Will Cooley, your pole sitter, he is still back in that 12th spot, just struggling back in that area. Brad Davies is in 9th place, still struggling since that unscheduled pit stop. And I'm just going to assume that's damage-wise is why he's there. So, Blackford's still out in the lead. Gorlinski has pit. He is now the quickest car on track, running 27.5s compared to the leader's 28.7s. He's going to be gaining some time, but he's also going to have slightly older tires once everyone else pits, which we should be seeing pit stops with 40 to go. Might have the few stretch it out just a little bit longer. Kind of want to be that last guy on pit road now after seeing the yellow come out midway through the pit stops last time. 41 laps remaining. Mitchell Hunt working the 26 car for that 4th spot. He's going to get it as the 26 goes high. And now he is 4th on his recovery. A clean car. He's kept himself out of trouble. He hasn't challenged anyone. And it's been one of the fastest cars all day long. We've seen him get to the lead and just put lap after lap down. Now let's go find Gorlinski and see where he is compared to the leader. All right, Gorlinski is the bright yellow car down there. We got some others on pit road. Blake Bryant, Ariardi is on pit road. And I'm going to expect Brian Blackford's going to be coming down pit road as well this time by. He does not. He's going to stay out a little bit longer. And it's going to be interesting. He's going to have fresher tires, but less laps. And I think Gorlinski's going to come out ahead of him once he does pit, as long as we stay green. So, Blackford, Fox, Hunt, Brotherton, Mustak, and Davies are your top 6. Looks like Blackford's coming in this time now. He will get into the pits, and we're going to watch this pit road. Make sure Hunt is also in. Davies getting a little loose off of the corner. If Grass does successfully get in and out of the pits without causing a yellow. Back through the field and see if we can find that 24 car. Here is the 24, Gorlinski. He is well ahead of Blackford right now. So, getting kind of forced into that short pit might help him out. We'll see. He is now on... Let's take a look at this. Gorlinski is on 10-lap old tires. He's now up to 5th spot. We've got 5 guys out there that have not pit yet, and 3 of them just put the cars onto pit road. That is going to leave Malik Ray out there in the 8 car. He will currently be your leader until he pits. He's on lap 42 of this stint for him. And once he pits, that'll give the lead back to Gorlinski. And here he comes into pit lane. There's Gorlinski working on lapping the 32. 32 car led early in the race, and then after getting trapped a lap down, did a pit. Kind of got himself off sequence, and now he's a lap down to Gorlinski. So, Gorlinski, Blackford, Hipgrass, Hunt, and Fox are your top 5. Gorlinski currently running 27.9s, while Blackford runs 27.55s. And Blackford is 8 seconds behind the leader. So keep an eye on this. We have 32 laps remaining. It's going to be interesting. Does Gorlinski have the long run in the car? He did get caught by Blackford last time. Blackford had a little bit of an issue passing him, but then ended up making contact and putting Gorlinski in the wall. And Malik Ray, it looks like, I don't know if he had some issues on pit road, but he is now in 20th spot. That's not the finish he wants. You can see he's right behind Gorlinski. First car a lap down. So now that gap is down to 6 seconds. 6-second gap back to Blackford. He is nearly a second quicker, 0.8 seconds faster. Orlinski this time by runs a 28.26. Blackford runs a 27.5. So Blackford's going to easily catch him, and once he gets to him, is going to be much quicker. We'll ride on board with Blackford as he chases down that bright yellow car. Oh, on the nose of Blackford right now. Seconds behind the leader in second spot. He's got a second and a half back from Mitchell Hunt, who is the quickest driver, I would say, in the field today. On board with Mitchell Hunt, 4.7 behind the leader, and that car right in front of him is Blackford. Right behind Hunt is Pipgrass. So pretty much you're looking at your top three here, unless Gorlinski can get those tires to even off with Blackford, Hunt, and Pipgrass. But being forced to pit early just hurt him a bit. And we got one car that either missed pit road or was pulling out of the way, but never good to see a really extremely slow car just riding around in a race like this. Hopefully he finds his way to the pit road and just parks it there, because you're not going to gain anything when they're taking the top 10 just riding around on the bottom of the track. So Blackford catching Gorlinski. 0.7 now is the gap to the leaders, and we've seen this situation before. Gorlinski on the high side, the 5 car going low. Luckily the 5 car will be a slightly quicker car this time than last time he caught him. Maybe that'll prevent them from having contact in turn 1 and 2. Also looks like we got the lap car, the 15. He was our first caution of the race. He is out there with half a car, and hopefully he keeps himself out of this race. Once again, not a whole lot to gain in the second split when you're multiple laps down. So Blackford is able to pass Gorlinski without stuffing him in the wall this time. I'm sure Gorlinski appreciates it. He's going to try to hold on to the best spot he can, but right now everyone's pretty close. The top 10 are within 10 seconds of each other. Hunt goes by for second. He is half a second behind Blackford, and behind them is Pipgrass, 1.5 seconds behind the leaders. So this is the battle. Blackford and Hunt. Hunt had led quite a few laps early in the race, then got trapped a lap down when Blackford's teammate self-spun getting onto pit road. Blackford inherited the lead from that, and Hunt had to take the wave around. Hunt running a 27.88 forward compared to Blackford's 28.0, so Hunt is one of the few cars left running in the 27s. The only other car is Randall Fox. He's at a 27.8. Gorlinski now has dropped back to 4th place. And everyone's pretty much on the same stint in the top 10 other than Gorlinski, who's 10 lap older tires than everyone else. This one's winding down. Another race recap here. Blackbird is your current leader. We got 148 laps complete, 19 laps remaining, and 19 lead changes. Hunt is really closing in now. Both work their way around the lap car. Blackbird in the white and black number 5. Hunt is in the white number 9 with neon green numbers. That time a 10th quicker than Blackbird in that 9 car. Let's see what he does to get around him. Go on forward with Hunt. A fairly clean race for second split racing. And last year's second split had quite a few cautions. This time, everyone's been fairly good. We did have one crash that took out half the field early, so maybe that thinned the herd a bit, calmed everyone down. Biggest mover of the race, got Damon Burnett. He is up 22 spots into the 9th place. Will Cooley has worked his way back up to 7th place. Looks like he'll probably get 6th as John Gorlinski's the next car ahead of him. And Gorlinski is way off pace out on 10 lap over the tires. So Hunt's holding right in behind Blackbird. Watch this battle unfold. Hunt's looking a little bit higher, working his way up just a bit into the darker black, half a lane up. He's going to take a look down low. Doesn't have a run though. He does get a nose underneath though, almost sticks it in, but Blackbird locks down to the bottom, puts his car down there, and let's see if Hunt tries anything here. He's just going to hope for a mistake from Blackbird. Gonna set him up on the exit of the tri-ovals, try to cut down low and get into one. He does, he gets a nose there. Blackbird thinks about turning down, but decides it's not worth it, and he will fall into 2nd place. Now, is he gonna fight back? Looks like he's gonna stick the nose down there. Hopefully he holds it low this time. Hunt gets a decent run across the seam on the 2nd groove, and he looks like he's got this pass complete. Blackbird might be trying to set up for the little crossover out of the tri-oval. Doesn't happen. A little blink by Blackbird there, and he drops back a few seconds for a few car lengths. So, Mitchell Hunt takes over the lead. Gains that spot back after getting trapped on pit road. Blackbird falls to 2nd. 36 car, that is Dalton England. He is working to unlap himself the hard way. And that's got to feel pretty disappointing for him. I got to see what he is on 10-lap newer tires than these guys. So still a good job to unlap himself. I believe he's only 1 lap down. No, he's a couple laps down, sorry. So it looks like he pit again and is 1 more lap down. But he's going to work his way past the leaders. We're inside 10 to go. Mitchell Hunt working his way through the lap cars, just wanting to see this one go to the end. And gets almost, looks like he touched the 15, the 36 being really aggressive right behind the leader. I don't understand what the point of that is. But I'm in the booth, not on the track, because I couldn't even make this race. So I'll just announce and see what happens. Blackbird now closes back up on Hunt after Hunt has to fend off the 36 and the 17. Right on the back bumper. Nine car doesn't have that clean air anymore as the 36 is in front of him, running slightly quicker lap down. Got another lap car, that's the 28. That's Matthew Davis. I'm hoping he gives these leaders some room to race it out. First and second is the only thing we're going to focus on. Randall Fox is back 1.5 seconds. And back behind him, another 1.5 seconds is Liam Brotherton, having a decent run in that 26 car. So Mitchell Hunt working his way under the 28, as does Brian Blackbird. Blackbird looking low now off of 4. It's going to look low into 1. Last time we see him make a move like this, Gorlinski ended up in the wall, and now Blackbird takes the lead back from Mitchell Hunt. So Blackbird finding some speed out of nowhere. And Hunt's back into second. 5 to go. We'll get 4 to go this time. Blackbird's your leader. Hunt's right there on his tail. Blackbird just made the pass on Hunt. Randall Fox is still 1.5 seconds back. He might catch him if they start battling. And Mitchell Hunt locks his car to the white line through 3 and 4, trying to get a nose up. He's probably going to cut down out of the tri-oval. Doesn't have the run there, though. See where he goes here on Blackbird. 3 laps to go. 4 and the 9 are going to put on a good finish here. Blackbird in the 5, the 9 car Mitchell Hunt. Both running 26.8s, the rest of the field in the 28 6s, and the rest of the field's in 28.9s. Mitchell Hunt easily makes the pass on the front stretch. We got 2 to go. And we got a heck of a battle. Is Blackbird going to be able to work his way back? Not for sure where he got that speed on Hunt a couple of laps ago, but now Hunt pulls out a big gap. He's got 0.3 on Blackbird. Blackbird pushes up a little bit out of turn 4, almost gets the wall. And we get the white flag this time by. So Mitchell Hunt, decent gap over Blackbird, putting in some decent laps now. Last time by 28.7, Blackbird ran a 29.0. Randall Fox has caught up just a little bit. He's only a second behind, but that's way too late for him. And Mitchell Hunt is going to bring this one out of turn 4, grab the win, start the pro season off in good fashion for a second split race. Blackbird brings it home in second, Randall Fox in third. Liam Brotherton will get 4th, Brandon Pipgrass 5th, Sahil Mustak gets 6th, Ariati 7th, Graham Bolin 8th, Will Cooley, your pole sitter, will get 9th. David Rattler gets 10th. He kind of hung around that area. Disappointing finish, I'd say, for Brad Davies. He was up front, and I still don't know what happened to him, but he will end up in 11th. I'll get these results up here for you. So Mitchell Hunt in the 9 car will get first place. I'd say the underdog of the race is going to go to that 26 of Liam Brotherton. He takes the 26, puts it in 4th place, beats some pretty decent guys there, and gets himself some really good points. And Will Cooley, he had a chance to be the underdog of the race. He got the pole, fell way back, and then ended up 9th after all the people got trapped down one lap. So that's your top 10. Let's see if we can get 11th place, Brad Davies. John Gorlinski gets 12th after having to short pit, getting damage while running in the lead. That contact came from Blackford into turn 1 as Gorlinski ran the high side and Blackford ran the middle to high side. Blake Bryant gets 13th. Malik Ray, I'm going to assume he got caught speeding. He was having a great race and then all of a sudden was way back there. Damon Burnett had a decent race in the 30 car, getting 15th. Dalton Collins, 16th. Caleb Eisenhower, he had some quick laps, but he started from pit road, and we never seen him after the first yellow flag. And I'll just toggle through the final couple of pages of this, and we'll call it a day. So hopefully provided a good enough broadcast for being a single guy doing all the camera work. Hope you enjoyed it, and we might be back for the next one.